back in the building for another live Afcon Watchalong. It's the final day of Group A and B. So tonight we've got Group B's final fixtures, and we're gonna see who's gonna get through to the last 16 or not. Who's going home? Who's gonna be third place? Whether they'll be waiting towards the end of these final group games on Wednesday to find out where they end up, or if they'll be going home. But right now in Group A, we've got Equatorial Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire, the home team, and then Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria in their final group games. And I think it's actually important in a moment to show the table and then show where all the teams are currently and where the permutations could lie. Man like CM's in the building, back in. How you feeling, my bro?
Hey, it's blessed to be back. Big up yourself, Roland. Big up to everybody inside. 2 important games right now and 2 important games later on at 8 o'clock. So roll them true. Let's do this, man.
Cool. Now, last Afcon in 2021, B and CM were doing a lot of these afternoon games, especially towards the end of the group. And what we usually do is just before we come onto stream, we'll be like, okay, cool. Let's pick a game each. And usually CM would always get the hot game, the fire game, and I'd be stuck with the dead rubber. So this time around, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do a draw to see who's gonna get. It's a quick and easy draw, just random. And we're gonna do it on screen so we know who's gonna be doing these games. So let me share my screen real quick. Then we'll share with you the tables and lineups for both of these teams before we get into it. So we'll first pick the game. So I'm gonna do a quick shuffle. I mean, it's not even letting me shuffle, but right. It's not letting me shuffle it, but it's cool because how can you shuffle two options?
Yeah,
right?
you say only 2.
You can't. There's only 2 options, right? So I'm gonna click to spin wherever it lands. It will be then we'll have to do the name, and so wherever that lands, that's the game that person gets, and obviously the other 2 that we left is to the other person. So let's do this now.
Come on. Any game you hoping for, bro?
I can't lie, I want the Cote d'Ivoire one.
Right. That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be a good one, right? So Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria first game on the line. So let's see who's gonna get it. So I'm getting the Nigeria Guinea-Bissau game, and CM is going to be getting the Equatorial Guinea and Ivory Coast game. So, all right, cool. So we know where we are with those games. Now, give me 1 second. I'm going to get the CAF website up. Hopefully, they're up to date. Oops, no, that's not the right CAF. That's not the one we're looking at. There we go. We're gonna go to the CAF website. I just want to get the tables in flow. Let me just see if I can get these tables up, because it'd be important for us to know where we standings. Okay, cool. So as of right now, in Group A, Equatorial Guinea are top. I'd like a bit more of a detailed one, I can't lie, with the goal difference and everything, because that's going to be important. All right, give me 1 second. Let's see. Just give me 1 second. This is the lineup.
Yeah, the one on Google's probably better, isn't it?
Yeah, probably better. Let's go. Let's do this one. Table. Yeah, we go. There we go. Yeah. So I'm just gonna zoom in on Group A. So Equatorial Guinea are currently top after their 2 games. Obviously, they've got 1 win and 1 draw. The draw was an opening game against Nigeria, and their win was against Guinea-Bissau, where they won 3-0. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't 3-0. It was like 4-2 or so. What was the score? I can't remember.
Yeah, 4-2. 4-2 win.
Yeah, it was a 4-2 win. They scored 5 goals and conceded 3, so they have a goal difference of 2, and they're currently top. Nigeria are in second with the same record, won 1 game and drawn 1 game. they've only scored 2 goals and conceded 1, so they have a goal difference 1. And then Ivory Coast are in third after winning their opening game against Guinea-Bissau and losing their second game against Nigeria. They only have 3 points with a goal difference of also 1. Now, between those 3 teams, there is a potential for one of them to drop down into the third place. And maybe if it's a defeat for Ivory Coast today, potentially even out of the tournament, depending on how things go.
Mhm.
Guinea-Bissau, although mathematically they could still end up with a third place finish, they would have to score a lot of goals in their game against Nigeria and hope that Ivory Coast lose their game in a very heavy manner, to just even see if they can scrape their way through to third place and then potentially to a last 16. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they're out. What do you think, my bro? Like, what do you think with that group so far? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, the top three very interesting. We're looking at Equatorial Guinea as potentially the overachievers in this group. And then, Nigeria put themselves in a good position, winning against Ivory Coast, and they have everything to fight for. But, the hosts, there's a massive risk here. They changed their shape in their last game against Nigeria, and it affected them a lot going forwards. They weren't able to create as much as they would have wanted. And then they conceded the goal by giving away a cheap penalty, which, ended up losing them the game.
Yeah.
So just looking at their lineup here, and we're going to go over that. They've changed back their shape to what they were on match day 1, where they got their victory in the opening game of Afcon. And it's going to be a very important game for the host, because if Ivory Coast, are at risk of going out of the tournament potentially, that would be a massive upset. And then we'll be looking at whether they'll be one of the best third place teams, which they are in and amongst that right now. But a lot of things can change over these match day 3 fixtures. But it's exciting. Looking at Guinea-Bissau, they potentially probably be disappointed with their group stage and how it's gone, -4 goal difference. It looks like they're heading out and they're going to have to wait until next time, which is looking like will be next year. So it'll be interesting to see how much they're able to develop and bounce back from that. But nonetheless, there's going to be some good games.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can go into the lineups now. So we'll start off with the Equatorial Guinea and Ivory Coast game, which is a very interesting one. So we have Owanyo in goal, a back 4 of Akpo, Orozco, Fernandez, Coco, and Ndong. In front of them is Pepan, and then in front of him is Miranda on the right hand side, Pablo Gane, Bicoro, and Salvador on the left hand side, and then Emilio Insue will start up front, fresh off his hat trick in the previous game. And then for Ivory Coast, we have Fofana, a back 4 of Indika. Willie Body's coming into the defense, which is interesting. Conan and Single, which is pretty interesting. I think Indika will end up being the centre back, and Conan will go at left back for me. But it's interesting to see that Usman Diamande has been dropped from the starting lineup, with Willie Bolly, the more experienced player, ending up as starting in this game, which is interesting. What do you think about that, bro?
You know what? You said it right there. I think it's for a bit of experience at the back in a very important game where we have seen Ndika and Diamande a little bit shaky over the first 2 games at Afcon. So now you're opting to bring in a guy in Willie Body who should offer the team a bit of experience and solidity at the back and leadership as well, which is the most important thing to guide you through fixtures like this that are of the utmost importance.
Yeah, it's interesting, seeing that change. I mean, he's on the bench now. I don't know if it's because of an injury or if it's generally because of his performance over the first 2 games. He obviously gives away a penalty against Nigeria, was pretty shaky in the first game, the opening game against Guinea-Bissau. So I wonder what that may mean. I think we'll find out more when we get into the commentary and stuff like that. But then let's move on to the Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria game and their lineup. So we have in goal Mendes, then it's Nanu, Sangate, E, and Mendes again. Then in front of them is Bikel and Gomez. And then in front of those two is Kizera, Dalcio, and I want to say that's Mama Balde, number 13. I want to say, is it? No, it's not. It's Mendes, Gomez, and this got to be Mama Balde. Oh, they're not even lying. So that's Gano. Is Mama Balde there? He's got to play. He has to be playing. They have the weird names on the Google. But yeah. And then for Nigeria, Mwabali in goal, a back four of Calvin Bassey, Semi Ajayi, Keith Umuro, and Ola Aina. And then in front of those two, it's Onyeka and Osai Samuel. Then in front of those two, Moses Simon returns to the starting lineup. Chukwueze continues to keep his place, which means that Lookman has been dropped to the bench unless he's injured. I'm just double check. He's dropped to the bench, so he's there. Joe Rebo will play in the 10, and Victor Osimhen will continue up front. What do you think about that? Because that's some interesting changes for Nigeria here, with Moses Simon coming back into the starting lineup.
I found it interesting that the player dropped in that front line was Ademola Lookman, because I think he's given them a good attacking output and work rate so far over the first two games.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Moses Simon is able to offer. Chukwueze has been good in moments in games. I feel like he's showcased his quality, his ability to drive forward and play his final balls. Sometimes not always there, but nonetheless, he's a talented player that can affect the game in many different ways in the attack for Nigeria. Victor Osimhen, still, we have spoken about him a lot in this tournament. He scored a goal. He's earned his team a penalty. And, this will be a very important game for him to stamp a claim of him being a top player in this tournament and announcing himself further in this tournament, in his first Afcon. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to get him involved into the game, because I still feel like Nigeria could do a better job of getting their star striker into the game a bit more involved and allowing him to get more opportunities to threaten the opposition goal. And yeah, that's all I'll say on the Nigerian team. Also, how they're able to attack better than they have so far in this tournament, because they do have a threatening attack and defensively staying solid against this Guinea-Bissau team, who, even though they are in a dire position, will be looking to impress in this third game and to play to the best of their abilities so far after the disappointments over the first two games. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. We're literally at the limit for kickoff now. So I'm just going to get my stream up because I'm not.
You know what's interesting for Ivory Coast? Nicola Pepe getting the start.
Wow.
Yeah. So Nicola Pepe getting the start. Diakite, I predict, is going to be playing through the middle, because on Google they have Pepe in the middle, but Diakite is more the natural forward through the middle. Then Kwame on the left hand side, and of course the midfield of Aseku Fofana, Kessie, and Sangare.
Oh, I forgot to say them. I was just distracted by the defense, bro, and I was like, "Oh, let's move on."
Nah, it's cool, bro. And of course, coming out from the second game, Serge Aurier, who was a wing back almost, as they played the 5 at the back. Jeremy Boga on the bench. Klasso comes out of the team too. He goes to the bench. So a few changes. Jonathan Bamba on the bench as well. So they have a few guys. Simon Adingra is back in the team from injury. It doesn't seem like Sebastian Haller is back, even though the coach did kind of hint at him almost being able to return, as Jean-Louis Gasset. But Simon Adingra is definitely back in the squad on the bench.
Okay. Right, let's see. I mean, I expect a Nigeria win in my game.
Yeah, you know what? I expect Cote d'Ivoire to come out strong, but you just never know. with the campaign Equatorial Guinea have had, their ability to score goals as well in this tournament is definitely going to be a threat. And we saw last game, Ivory Coast were afraid of Nigeria's threat going forward. Now they've changed their shape to resemble their match day 1 victory. So is that them saying, okay, we need to go for this game, we need to go for the victory, and we need to be attacking rather than being slightly conservative as we were against Nigeria?
Yeah, well, let's get into some of these comments. Big up to Yankee saying, big up Unk and the GOAT CM. I want upsets, no solutions, only problems. Yeah, I'm kind of hurt by the fact that I got this game, because I feel like it's kind of a bit of a dead rubber. It's down to Nigeria just to win the game, and by how much I don't know. So we'll see. Yank wanted Ivory Coast and Guinea-Bissau to win both of these games, which would be interesting.
Ooh,
because that would mean some danger for Nigeria. They'll go out, I think, if that's the case. Would they? Because they only have 3 points. Yeah. Ivory Coast were top with 6, and Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea have 4 already, so that'll be interesting. But we've kicked off here in my game. I'm definitely like 2 minutes behind. I need to get a better streak.
I'm like just over a minute and a half in now of the game. Want to kick for Cote d'Ivoire, and it's a poor one.
Big up Super Nick saying big game day. I'm excited to keep up the great work, guys, and big up the chat. Thank you very much, Super Nick. We appreciate the support. And she says Diamande promised much but delivered a little, which is very true. We were expecting a lot out of him, and he just had not had really great performances. Do you know what I mean? Yang, this is never happening. We're watching the game. We are watching the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. There's no way. Big up to
that one is vetoed.
Trust me, it's been vetoed already. I just saw the knockout stages. I need Cape Verde to do me a favor. I'm hoping Cape Verde win today. I'm hoping to give us at least one more, give us at least another day in the tournament.
Yeah.
Jizzy saying last tournament during the matches, CM got the most interesting games. Everyone got the most trust, the most trash games, which is hilarious. Big up Sammy as well. Yeah, it can happen still. Yeah, that's not happening, bro. It's not happening. It's not happening. Sammy saying, I feel annoyed from yesterday. Mbemba honestly must be sued for defamation. He has really made Regraoui the manager.
Me and T. I think Sammy told her it was like Regraoui.
Regraoui.
Like that. Yeah.
He is the Morocco coach looked bad by leaving things open for assumptions interview when there was no racial abuse. Well, we have to find out what's going on there with the investigation.
Yeah. You know what, bro? So Mbemba did like a press conference, and I was asking if anybody on Twitter could potentially give me a transcript or translate it for me. And I didn't get a translation per se, but somebody Moroccan came in the comments, was kind of like, he said a lot of nothing. Obviously, we've got to take it with a pinch of salt and wait until CAF come with their final findings with the stuff. But I don't know what happens. I think I saw a quote as well from Regraoui. Let me just put it up real quick, actually. And he said, I have nothing to say about that. I have a lot of respect for Mbemba. Maybe it was the adrenaline that made him respond like that. I regret because neither we nor the DRC were given a good image. And there was also something else that was said that he said, if I can try and find it too. But yeah, it's a bad situation, isn't it? It's not good for the competition at the end of the day. Yeah. And I hope it's sorted out ASAP, because this has been a great Afcon. I saw a stat where it was saying basically, there's been 64 goals, I think, scored. Yeah, 65 goals scored after 3 games in the group stages.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
You know,
That is crazy.
compared to 41 in 2022 and 43 in Afcon 2019.
There's been a lot
So
of goals, yeah. That's been good. Because we've had no draws, which has also been exciting. Here's Moses Simon tries to play it forward to Victor Osimhen, but it was just too strong there.
and you know what's another interesting, you know, in fact, I might save this until halftime because there's another thing this time concerning Mazraoui. I'm not
Oh,
sure if you saw it. Yeah, and his injury.
oh yeah. I've seen this, and I 100% agree with the Moroccan FA.
Mhm.
I'd prefer to
Yeah,
keep my player. You bring your medical staff then, and we'll deal with it that way. You know, we can also speak
exactly
about
that.
the Mo Salah situation too at halftime.
Yeah, defo. Defo. Equatorial Guinea trying to play a ball forward from a set piece deep in their half, but it just goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. You can kind of feel the tension within the stadium because, you know, you'd expect, obviously there's a massive turnout for the home side. But as the game goes by, you will be able to hear the tension, especially if they don't handle their business early. So we will have to see.
Yeah, yeah. Guinea-Bissau got a nice little spell of possession here. I mean, I know they're mathematically still in the race and kind of all but out because of the goal difference, but they're still trying to do something. It's going to be interesting if they can keep up sustained pressure against this Nigeria
Mhm.
team that also need to win it anyway because they're not safe. Here's a Jai gives the ball away.
Shout out to NN in the cut saying you must. Man. You see, tomorrow at 5, it's gonna be a very, very interesting time for you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you definitely must. Cameroon versus Gambia. It's really body. From Kessie. Nicola Pepe. He's come off the bench a couple times in this tournament. Hasn't perhaps had the impact they would have hoped thus far. So it's a big opportunity for him starting in the third group game for Cote d'Ivoire. Here he is now into the area, and it's a decent cross cleared away momentarily. And a free kick one in a good position now.
It's interesting how Nigeria are setting up. Like, I would think that they'd be trying to be in control. I feel like it might be like false sense of security, allow them to play the ball, and then when they lose it, we counter attack. But there's a cross coming in from Nanu, and then it was cleared, and it's out for a throw into Nigeria.
Free kick in a decent position here for Ivory Coast on the left-hand side, close to the touchline.
Calvin Bassett was trying to play a ball over to to Ola Aina, but cleared out for a throw into Nigeria by Mendes. It's going to be interesting to see.
Fana with a nice ball towards the right hand side, but just a little overhit. Also towards Sangare.
Here's Dalcio Gomez. Oof. Semi Ajayi just putting the ball out of play. Nanu with the throw.
Good early start defensively for the home side, Cote d'Ivoire, but almost a nice ball towards Diakite. Pepe picks it up now, and he gets dispossessed. No, the referee gives away a free kick. Right in the middle of the park. That would have been a good breaking opportunity there for Equatorial Guinea. Oh no, and a yellow card now given to Miranda. I suspect that's a bit of dissent towards the official. And even then, when he was given the yellow, he was still moaning in his face. So he's going to have to be careful. An early booking after only 11 minutes.
Here's Nanu.
Nicola Pepe in a good position. Whips it into the area, headed away by Orozco.
Here's Sangate. Here's Mendes. Hobulong Mendes. There's a lot of Mendeses and Gomez's in this team.
Ooh, just a tough foul between Pepe and Miranda. Pepe is jumping in the air, going for the ball, and he just collides with the back of Equatorial Guinea's number 17. Both players are down.
Here's Bikel. Dalcio Gomez. There's a shot over the bar by Quisera. But Guinea-Bissau playing some good stuff, man. Moving the ball well. Nigeria struggling to keep up with them. I thought it was just a thing of, we'll let them have the ball and we'll pick them off at the counter. But ultimately, they're dominating this first 10 minutes here.
Maybe some troubles for the Super Eagles.
Potentially. I mean, this is a must-win game. They can't allow this game to run away from them. There's a ball over the top here towards Chukwueze, and Owonyo should be able to gather. Sorry, I said Jonas Mendes. Sorry, I'm thinking about your game. I said Owonyo. Jonas Mendes. Here's Sangate. Here's Nanu.
I tell you what, Saul Coco tried a bebe from long range and he got it all wrong. He went well wide.
Moses Simon dispossessed in midfield. Here's Franco Onyeka. Oloaina. He's trying to run past his defender, and it's out for a corner. And then saying Pepe over Zaha is crazy to me. They're playing in the same league. It's true, man. But
Yeah.
you know how the politics go in African football, bro. I mean,
And do you know what the interesting thing is?
Mm.
They're actually playing Pepe through the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, he will come out wide every now and then, but it's Diakite, the one who is running down the right-hand side, which is quite interesting.
That is interesting. Aribo trying to find Calvin Bassey. And it's been cleared out for a throw into Nigeria. Being sport is pagans. They're not showing the Ivory Coast game. Oh, wow. That's crazy, you know. I'm telling you, man. I need to get IPTV so I can have access to Supersport whenever I need it.
These people are taking a mick. I looked at the schedules for tomorrow, yeah, and they're literally kicking off one of the thingies when the game starts at 5 o'clock.
Come on, man.
Are you mad?
Come on, man. You see Supersport, their coverage has been really good. That's a good ball. Ooh, bright offside. Samuel gets a ball over the top from Onyeka. I think he ran offside, just went too early. Yeah, he went too early. He couldn't arc his run too much. And you get some connection on it, but it wasn't a good enough connection anyway to trouble Mendes.
Oh, trouble here. Equatorial Guinea give it away. Here's Nicola Pepe. Gets away from the defender. Into the area. Oh, and it's not a great cross. Seko Fofana was there, but it's cleared away instead. But a dangerous moment there for Equatorial Guinea, trying to play one-touch passes, and they end up giving it away in the middle of the park.
Here's Osimhen. Here's Onyeka. There's an opportunity to play in. Bright outside Samuel. Here's Chukwueze. Here's Joe Rebo. And they go back. Samuel Jai. Calvin Bassey. Ola Aina. Moses Simon now with a bit of space. Gonna dribble past his defender. He gets into a crowd, loses the ball. Ola Aina. Cross. Into Osimhen. Ooh, Mendes with a punch away. And I think it's offside. It's offside. Moses selfish. Yeah, Moses Simon was a bit selfish there.
Ivory Coast getting a bit of confidence in these last few minutes of the game. Just as you say, that cross bounces off Pepe. It wasn't intended for him originally.
Moses Simon loses the. He's fought well. The ball's ended right back at Calvin Bassey. Is Ola Aina. It's Semi Ajayi. The through ball given away. And Guinea-Bissau come forward. Onyeka. Ooh. Here's Mendes. Here's Nanu. Here's Bikel. Here's Gomez. Mendes. Here's Mendes again. Nah, he runs the ball out of play. And it's a throw into Nigeria. It's a bit wasteful there, as they had a good spell of possession, Guinea-Bissau. and an opportunity to try and cross the ball into the box, and Mendes with a poor touch just takes it out of play, and it's a throw into Nigeria, which I believe Calvin Bassey will take. No, Olaine has taken it.
Ivan Salvador was getting treatment moments ago in this game, but it's restarted now, and he seems to be hopefully all right.
Here's Samuel. Ooh. Drizzy saying this Nigeria team is not good.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a mixed start for them. I feel like they've had some opportunities to get the ball into Victor Osimhen. A couple of missed chances, but the ball's breaking down in the final third, as we continually see amongst a lot of teams. But yeah, this is interesting right now. It's Chukwueze with a bit of space. Good pullback to Osimhen. And Joe Rebo's shot is deflected and into the hands of Mendes. It's good build up there by Nigeria, going out wide with a bit of space for Chukwueze to go 1v1 with his marker. He lays the ball off early and brings it back to Osimhen, who was on the penalty spot. He lays it off to Joe Rebo as he's on rushing into the box, hits the shot, and it gets deflected into the path of Mendes. Good chance there for Nigeria. His Dalcio Gomez now for Guinea-Bissau, bearing down. It's a good skill. He takes a shot. It's a very tame shot. It was good skill to get away, to give him some space to take the shot, but he wasn't able to get the shot off with a bit of power. Dalcio Gomez. There's a bit of danger here for Nigeria. It's not all plain sailing. Guinea-Bissau will at least want to end the tournament with a win or at least a point. Here's Nanu. Here's Bikel. Here's Dalcio Gomez. Here's Carlos Gomez. Good trickery there. And it's a good tackle by Osai Samuel. I think that's a corner. No? Yeah, it's a corner. It's a good tackle there by Osai Samuel.
Drizzy out here asking for updates. Hey, when there's an update, I will give you the update, man. What I will say is, Adiakite has looked a threat on the right-hand side. Every time the ball is played to him, he looks a threat just with the speed and the power. It's quite an unpredictable force out there. And I'm not sure Equatorial Guinea were perhaps expecting that particular lineup. A poor goal kick there.
Poor corner here by Guinea-Bissau. They waste opportunity there to get the ball into the box for the first time against Nigeria. Big up Yankee saying, Ghana win Afcon and United win the Champions League. I've already seen United win the Champions League, so I ain't got no worries about that. If we don't do it again, I've already seen it in my lifetime. I've never seen Ghana win an Afcon though, so we've been close many, many times, especially in 2015 when we were 3-0 up against Ivory Coast on a penalty shootout in the final, and we lost that penalty shootout which I couldn't believe after being 3-0 up. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, Ghana definitely needs to win an Afcon. Also, how far into the World Cup equals winning Afcon? I don't think you could do that. They're both separate competitions. One, winning both of them would be equally as important, I think, if you're an African team. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to conquer your continent. And if you can conquer the world, that's good. It's great. But I think equally they're both as important. Like, I can't put the World Cup over yeah, Drizzy, you're funny. Yeah, kind of, yeah. We won the Under-20 World Cup in 2009. For sure.
Conan with the ball into the area. It's a decent one. Poor punch. Oh, and Diakite. Wild swipe at the ball over the bar. You saw Wono. He comes out for the cross from Conan, and he doesn't get a good connection on the ball, and it goes out to Diakite, and that left-footed swing on the half volley. Wild. Maybe he has some time to control and try to create something better. You see Frankesi in the middle asking for the ball, begging for the ball almost.
Was it Simon? On the Aina. Calvin Bassey just taking his eye off the ball there.
Afana looking to make something happen, driving forward from that deep midfield position. And Ngade getting caught on the ball almost, but holding on to it and then driving into trouble. Unfortunately for Equatorial Guinea, every time they look like trying to string passes together, they give it away in the middle of the park, and they have to be careful of that, because if it continues to happen, no doubt about it, Cote d'Ivoire will have some really good counter-attacking opportunities as they have showcased at the start of this game after 26 minutes.
Yeah, there's bragging rights being the last African team in the World Cup. However, like it's like none of it's really important if you're in the tournament and you don't win it. So I think now with the fact that Morocco have been able to get to a semi-final, the onus is now on one of the African teams when they make it to a World Cup to try and win it. And here is Osei Samuel. He gives the ball to Chukwueze, who's at the byline. Onyeka, opportunity to cross the ball into the box, poor cross. But Nigeria pick it back up. Here's Ajayi. Here's Aribo. He gives it to Onyeka. And Aribo is down. Ref has played advantage. I didn't realize it's a female ref and a female linesman in this game.
Oh, wicked, man.
I didn't even realize it.
Oh my, poor clearance. Here's Nicola Pepe. Goes past one and earns his team a corner, but boy, oh boy. Mistake after mistake for Equatorial Guinea. They're trying to give Ivory Coast this game.
Also, let me correct myself. Lineswoman rather than saying female linesman. Drizzy saying that's something that Nigeria can't chat to us. We've gone further to them in an under-20 and a World Cup.
He's from Kessie. The corner kick was cleared by Nsue. It goes all the way back to Fofana. Ivory Coast will be looking to build this one up. Everybody just traveling back slowly. He holds onto the ball and now finds Conan. Wilfred Singo playing it back to Woody Body now. Nice over the top pass here. It's a decent touch. Now here's Nicola Pepe. Through on goal. Opportunity. Round the keeper. No, he messes it up. Completely. Owono able to get two hands on the ball. Was a great pass over the top by Frankesi. And first it was Kwame who got the touch. Nicola Pepe took it away from him, tries to go around Owono and gets 2 hands on it.
We have a handball. But it's going to be continued with no VAR check after Samuel Chukwueze fires the ball at Nanu's hands. Guinea-Bissau on the attack now. Here's Bikel. Here's Nanu. Here's Gomez. Carlos Gomez. Tries to play the 1-2 with Nanu, but he goes out of play. Morocco should try and win an Afcon for bragging rights. From which country is the main referee in the Guinea-Bissau Nigeria game, and the referee from Morocco, according to NN. Sammy say we're working on that. Drizzy, what's wrong with female referees, bro? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's just showing progression in the game. At the end of the day, what difference? Like, at the end of the day, if you're on the pitch, you have to respect the referee, the individual, regardless of their gender, right? So no one should be on a pitch and losing their head, especially at this professional elite level. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? They're showing the replay on that previous chance. Akpo for Equatorial Guinea kind of sticks out a leg, and Nicola Pepe is able to avoid it before he tries to go around Owono. And I think Drizzy in the comments there is trying to suggest that Pepe should have gone down.
That final ball for Nigeria is interesting. I think it's interesting as well that the difference between watching this Nigeria team with Osimhen up front and then watching that team with Kelechi Iheanacho up front, because I feel like it was way more fluid when Iheanacho was there, and you could see the little kind of play that he was, or the little connection he had with Moses Simon, which kind of made Moses Simon's tournament pretty electrifying up until the point they got knocked out. Whereas it's a bit more stagnant with Osimhen. There's a responsibility by most of their players to get the ball to him. And Yank, you're saying it here perfectly. It's the Salah effect for Egypt. Same thing, right? There's a focus on the star man who's expected to give you, who's expected to win you games. And if you're not feeding him the ball, then it's going to look funny, right? As one of the other players that's looking to provide an assist for him or to create a chance for him. So yeah, it seems very stagnant in terms of like how they play. There's no freedom, because like you be in a position and you've got a man that can make a run off the ball, that could potentially put himself into space, but you as a player feel like you've got some space and you take a shot from outside the box. It'll be a wasted chance, right? Like if you don't get on target, if you don't score. So I feel like that sometimes plays on the minds of some of their players, and they're looking to throw the ball into the box at any occasion, even though it might not necessarily be the correct chance, for example. But yeah,
are you surprised that Kelechi Iheanacho has seen like minimal time? I don't even know if he's played in this tournament so far. I don't think he has.
He hasn't even come off the bench, which is interesting.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think he's been playing much as well. Well, he actually has been. I don't know if it was. He's been playing up front with Mavidi for Leicester. So it's been pretty interesting because obviously they're pretty stacked up front, Leicester City. In terms of the players that they have at their disposal.
Yeah.
Obviously, Patson Daka, Mavidi, Iheanacho, and Jamie Vardy, I believe, as well. So they've got quite a lot of players there. So it's pretty interesting.
Oh, it's an opportunity by Ivory Coast, and once again, it's just a crucial foot in by Salvador. Conan able to earn his team a corner kick. Ball in from the right-hand side from Diakite. It goes past Pepe, goes towards Conan. It was a crucial touch defensively.
Big up the Manchakushi now saying, don't forget to smash the like button. He's saying, come on, Ivory Coast. There's a ball over the top. Also, good touchdown. Quizera bringing the ball down, trying to win a corner. Keeps the ball though. Good play. Here's Bikel for Guinea-Bissau getting the ball over the top. Maybe too much. Goal kick to Nigeria. Doesn't Ghana have a similar problem with Inaki Williams? Similar, yes. I'd say similar. Not necessarily the status of the player. I don't necessarily think he's the star man. The star man is obviously Mohamed Kudus. But yeah, like this is a striker that continually makes runs off the ball, and none of his teammates are trying to find him. Literally, like we saw so many opportunities in that game against Egypt where he's making good runs off the ball, but his teammates aren't even looking for him. So yeah, for it's kind of like it's that same problem, but kind of in reverse. They're trying to find Salah and they're trying to find Osimhen, and like by any means they'll try and get the ball to them so that they can make something happen. Whereas with Ghana, it's the opposite. We have a player that's making those runs. We're supposed to be playing him in because that's part of his game. That's his game. But ultimately, we're not doing it. And Yank saying, I think that's why the smaller nations are getting upsets. And Morocco plays so well. No real superstar. Here's Dalcio Gomez. Ooh, a couple of defenders just dealing with that ball over the top. He was nearly in there. No real superstar, so there's an insane chemistry and understanding. You say that though? I mean, Hakimi's like their star, man. Like they've got Ziyech, they've got Amrabat, they've got Bono in goal. They've got some good players. These really good players. They're not just like any other guys. They're star men for their teams. They've starred in good teams in their careers. So I wouldn't say that, but yeah, I would say there is a good chemistry though.
Already seen Ghanaian fans in the same stadium because they'll be playing in the same one.
Simon, the cross. Oh, it's an own goal! Wow, Sangate with the own goal for Guinea-Bissau after the cross from Moses Simon, and Nigeria take the lead. It's 1-0 own goal. Good cross from Moses Simon. Wow, Nigeria have the lead. Sangate. That ball was going into the feet of Victor Osimhen on a plate near enough, and the danger behind him. Ooh, was that out though? The ball goes towards Ola Aina, long ball. He keeps it in play by heading it into the path of Moses Simon, but was it out though? Sangate with it's a really good finish. I can't lie, for the own goal. Just puts his boot through it. He's trying to clear it, but he just gets it all wrong. And it's 1-0.
Wow.
Wow. 37 minutes gone. And it's 1-0 on goal for Sangate for Guinea-Bissau. And Nigeria, Chukwueze. Sorry.
Nah, go on, bro.
No, the chance was, I thought it was going to be a chance, but they come back.
I was just gonna say both teams haven't quite hit the level. Ivory Coast for sure been the better team but they haven't been able to capitalize off the many mistakes made by Equatorial Guinea. So they're gonna have to take one of these chances. Otherwise, Drizzy said it earlier. The longer the game stays 0-0, I don't like Ivory Coast's chances of winning. And I think that theory may come to light if it continues in this way.
So now it's very interesting now. And then saying Nigeria are top currently as it stands. They have 6 points. Equatorial Guinea are second with 4. Ivory Coast with 3. Yes, I understand that Hakimi is not a striker or Ziyech isn't a playmaker, but they're still star players, and Hakimi really does have a big effect. He even scored their goal yesterday. You know what I mean? So it's whilst he's a defender, we know what he can do from set pieces. And he's always the kind of player that's driving the team forward. But yeah, I understand what you mean. He's not a striker, so
but
we can't.
But you see, when I look at those guys, I see them play with a level of selflessness for the team, perhaps rather than focusing on their individual qualities. Now, of course, the team take advantage of having them their technical abilities. Talking about Hakimi and Ziyech in particular, but it's not like a Mo Salah where everything goes through him, and they're hoping for him to run through defenders and create magic. And they're saying maybe with Victor Osimhen, they hope every chance that comes his way, he takes the opportunity because he is currently one of the most touted strikers in Europe.
Yeah, you're right about that, bro. It's there's a certain. Ooh!
Oh, 1-0 Equatorial Guinea, and Sway with the goal. He gets another one in this tournament, and it's a massive upset so far. Equatorial Guinea 1, Ivory Coast 0. Emilio Nsue, Drogba in the stands, worried.
Wow, Ivory Coast are in trouble right now. Equatorial Guinea with the 1-0 lead puts them top of the group.
Wow.
As it stands,
wow.
So I want to say that was the 40th minute.
Just about. Hold on a second. Let me get it properly for you. Sway now the top scorer at Afcon after his hat-trick the last game out. You can see those Ivory Coast players shell-shocked. Looking at the build-up down the right-hand side, and I tell you what, it's poor defending by Cote d'Ivoire. Poor defending. Akpo is able to run through the right side of the defense completely, put the ball into the area, and then Sway's there in a central position. Defenders around him, but not close enough. Is he able to just guide the ball, side-footed into the goal? Fofana, no chance.
Bro, the Nigerian manager is going crazy on the touchline. Screaming at the fact that their defensive shape is all over the place. Here's Dalcio Gomez now. It's an interesting situation in the group now, with the hosts currently looking like they're going to have to settle for 3rd place in the group. But does that mean that they stay in the competition? We will only find out by maybe tomorrow, because it doesn't. If you're out, if the points are capped at 4 each potentially, then you're out of the picture. You're going home even with 3 points.
Problems.
Jizzy saying that they should have called Amad Diallo.
That's interesting.
You know what?
I mean, what goes into that? Because this season he's been injured. Yeah, and he hasn't played at all. So you could have made an argument if it was Sunderland last season where he was playing week in, week out consistently.
Nigeria just wasted possession there. The coach is absolutely he is fuming. He can't believe they're not putting these passes together as opportunities to really to get in behind this Guinea-Bissau defense, but they keep wasting that final ball. And whilst yes, they got that opening there and the own goal, I would say Guinea-Bissau have also held their own. I'm not going to say they've dominated. They've definitely held their own. Interesting to see no Mama Balde though for Guinea-Bissau from the start. He's supposed to be their talisman, but he's not playing. And I think they're in favor of maybe a team shape. Dalcio Gomez goes down after being elbowed, it looks like, by Semi Ajayi. Referee blows for a free kick, and it's a yellow card to Ajayi. Interesting. But yeah, that Amad Diallo situation, I think, to be honest with you, he hasn't played a lot of club football over the last, apart from his loan spell, with Sunderland last season. He hasn't played a lot of club football for Manchester United, right? And he was continually getting called up by Ivory Coast. If it wasn't for senior scores qualifiers, he went to the Olympics as well in Tokyo, if you guys remember too. And he wasn't really playing for Manchester United at that time. So that was pretty interesting. Well, Olympics in 2021, sorry. But yeah, like it's not strange to see him there. I also have a feel. I don't really like players that don't play for their club that end up playing for their country. I think it's strange because like you're giving a place to somebody not based off of merit, but based off their reputation, right? And that can happen at all levels. This is a highly rated young player, and then like you've got I remember back in the day, I want to say John O'Shea was always playing for the Republic of Ireland, right? But he never used to play as a starter for Manchester United. You know what I mean? Like, so I find it very strange. I mean, of course, your reputation, where you play, comes into it. You know how long you've made yourself available for your country. If you've come through the youth setup of your country, they all do play a factor. But I do feel like it's important to find the right balance between players.
Oh, 1-1.
Oh,
Ibrahim Sane with the equalizer. Another opportunity came Ivory Coast way. Nicolas Pepe into the area. Gets the ball and just swings in a little cross towards, and as it bounces down onto the ground, Sangare gets a boot to it, and it's 1-1.
1-1, and now everything kind of flips on its head again in that group. 4 minutes of added time here in the game between Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria.
Originally, it's a good ball forward by Kona, and that's knocked on by Kwame. And Nicolas Pepe goes to retrieve the ball, swings it into the area. And we're looking at it. Kwame, I think maybe the defender gets a nod on. And Sangare able to get it into the back of the net. I'm hearing VAR is checking the goal. So we're going to have to wait to see what happens. Yeah, so VAR checking right now. He's making a call. No, offside. The goal is disallowed.
Wow. So we still...
Yeah. Still 1-0 to Equatorial Guinea here.
That's interesting. So the Nigerian fans were celebrating, like Jizzy said, for the Ivory Coast goal, but they don't know if it's disallowed or not. They'll find out here soon. That's interesting. I mean, I don't understand why they are celebrating. You should win your game. You're right. You're currently winning, so you're top right now as it stands.
Currently 3 minutes into the 5 added on here at the end of the first half.
Here's Onyeka, Moses Simon, Calvin Bassey, Onyeka.
Kessie into Fofana, trying to combine with, and then maybe an opportunity here. It's a good challenge once again inside the area. Fofana's rolling on the ground, but there's no chance of that being a foul. Let's have a look at that again. Fofana this time combining with Kwame. And to me, that was a good challenge. Maybe you got a piece of the player after clearing the ball. Let's see. Okay, so it was a good block. Akpo goes down. And both of them kind of collide after the challenge. So maybe that's where Fofana gets hurt, but nothing there. Shouldn't be a penalty in my opinion. He's still down. All of the players surrounding him. Looks like the referee's writing someone's name on a yellow card. Let's see who he gives it to.
It's Calvin Bassey. With a cross into Osimhen. Oh! Ooh! And he misses it. He wasn't offside. Free header. literally on his own in the center of goal after the cross from Calvin Bassey. Great cross. And he wasn't able to even get it on target. Literally on his own. Wow. Wasted chance there for Nigeria. And the allegations begin to continue to appear.
Well, we have halftime here in this game. Christian Kwame and Owono were the two that were booked during that little incident with Fofana being on the ground and rolling around a few times. But nonetheless, Equatorial Guinea take a 1-0 lead after 45 minutes. Emilio Nsue taking advantage of poor defending. Akpo running through the defense of Cote d'Ivoire and slicing and dicing to find their striker, their informed striker so far, and the top scorer at Afcon 2023.
Yeah, we're halftime here. 1-0 to Nigeria after the Sangate own goal. Guinea-Bissau's central defender putting in the cross from Moses Simon out there on the left-hand side. And I think, to be honest with you, Nigeria will find themselves kind of, happy with that first half, despite the fact that they've given the ball up to the Guinea-Bissau team, and they've had some chances for themselves, to try and create some opportunities. Ultimately, they've had the better of the chances, and they find themselves 1-0 up, and should have really been 2-0 up with that Osimhen chance literally in the last 30 seconds of the first half. Also, it's interesting. So it's pretty much an all-female officiating teams, except for the guy, the fourth official, who is a man. So that's interesting. I wonder if is that the first time that's ever happened at African Cup of Nations? I'm not sure. Not so sure.
Yeah,
potentially. Yeah, potentially.
I mean, over in this game. Oh, go on, bro.
Nah, Drizzy was just saying, pointing out in your game, was playing Pepe and Halle even a good idea?
Oh well, Halle is not in the team at all, so he's not in the squad. Jean-Louis Gasset did kind of hint that him and Adingra will be back. Adingra is on the bench, but no sighting of Sebastian Halle just yet. So he may still be recovering and not quite ready to return. But it's interesting. It is interesting. Nicolas Pepe, I don't think he's played well in this tournament. He's been decent in this game, and ultimately, even though it was disallowed, it was his cross and his pursuit of the ball that led to that Sangare disallowed goal. So I think he's been decent, and it's been interesting to see how Ivory Coast have deployed him, playing more so as the central player who travels out wide every now and then. Diakite is looked threatening on the right-hand side. Kwame has even come through central, so you can see it's almost an interchanging front three who can go into different positions and affect the game in different ways, because Christian Kwame is very good in the air. So, when Conan plays that long ball up to him, he's able to nod on the ball towards Nicolas Pepe or Diakite or on running Sekou Fofana. But so far, it's been interesting, right? Because they've had 70% possession in the first half of Ivory Coast. They've dominated the game, and they've had a lot of opportunities on the break through Equatorial Guinea mistakes. But it is actually them who got caught defending poorly, and they were the ones who conceded. So they'd be very disappointed with that. And you saw Jean-Louis Gasset, his reaction to conceding the goal, hands on his head. He understands what that means going forward for the host. So this second half needs to be a lot better. They need to be much more clinical with the opportunities that get presented their way, because they just haven't been good enough going forward. And look, 7 shots, 1 on target for Ivory Coast, 2 shots, 1 on target for Equatorial Guinea. That says it all in terms of the quality that the hosts have had going forward, and they need to be so much more better if they want to keep their hopes of surviving in this tournament alive.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, based on what we are seeing, what we're seeing, basically, it's the results of the first half. Obviously, with Nigeria leading against Guinea-Bissau, they have 6 points and will be in second place. Equatorial Guinea with the lead against the host Ivory Coast will be top with 7 points from their 3 matches, and it's very interesting to see where Cote d'Ivoire will end up, because finishing with only 3 points, if the results stay the same, doesn't necessarily guarantee them a pathway into the last 16 via the best third place teams. It really depends on what happens tonight with Ghana, Egypt, what happens with Algeria in their final game, and Zambia, who are currently, all those teams are in the best positions for the best third place teams. So we have to wait and see what happens here, because everything can change for all of those teams, with Cameroon and Tunisia also in the mix for the best third place teams. Agenda's got a run on the guy on Osimhen. McTominay is more clinical than Osimhen.
Hey.
I don't know. Let me double check to see, because I don't expect to see many more. Let's have a look. I'm gonna check iPlayer. I'm gonna check the guide, and then let's see what BBC Three is saying. BBC Three aren't showing any games, so I think they'll both be on. No, I mean, one will be on Sky, maybe football, and one will be on Mix. I don't know, or maybe they're only going to show one game. But from what I can see, I can't see any Afcon today for BBC Three.
I'll be back in a second, bro. Yeah.
All right, no problem. Oh, you understand why Nigeria fans? Yeah, both teams are on the same number of points. Yeah. So that's probably why they were celebrating. Yeah, the results kind of going in their favor a little bit. Because goal difference is important as well for Nigeria. Because what if they win and Ivory Coast win? We don't know who's going to end up third. Also, we don't know who's going to end up top. Sorry, if both of those teams win, because they'll both have the same number of points. It'll just be down to goal difference. So all of it is very important. But as it stands, Ivory Coast could be in third place, potentially out of the picture, depending on the results of today's games and tomorrow's games and Wednesday's games. We don't know if they'll end up being one of the best third place teams, because losing 2 games and winning 1 with your goal difference of 2 doesn't really stand you in good stead, to be honest with you. It's very interesting right now. We don't have that on goal for Guinea-Bissau. Sorry. It's interesting because Ola Aina looks to have kept in the ball. After that ball over the top by Keith Omoro, he steps off the pitch but keeps the ball in play with the header into the path of Moses Simon. It's a great cross. If Sangate doesn't put his foot through that, it's gonna be a simple tap in for Victor Osimhen. Bro, I don't know what Bobolo is, bro. I don't know what that is. What's Bobolo? Possession stats. Obviously, Guinea-Bissau had more possession, just shading it. They've had 6 shots on goal to Nigeria's 5, 2 shots on target to Nigeria's only 1, with that being, well, it's not going to be the goal, but yeah, they've had a shot on goal that didn't really amount to much. Both teams have a corner each, 3 offsides for Nigeria, and they've committed more fouls with 1 booking. So it's pretty interesting. From that, when you read that, like Guinea-Bissau, based off the stats alone, look like they've had the better of the game. I'd say the more clear-cut chances have come for Nigeria, But let's have a look at what happened here with the Equatorial Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire game. Let me see the Nsue goal. So good finish by Nsue. Scores his 4th goal. The hosts could be going home, or they could stay home and be out of the competition. It's pretty poor defending. Let's see this offside goal. So it's Pepe in the box. That's interesting. So let's have a look.
So we're back. We're back.
Yeah, he's offside. Sangare. It's a good finish, but he's offside. Because after that second phase of play, once again, just shows you what you need to. That's a bit of drama there in your game.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. At first, I didn't see it, but it was a good call by the officials.
Yeah.
Seeing Sangare offside after the knockdown. But yeah, man.
I mean, just looking at the halftime stats, it's looking like it's been a very dominant game in possession, and like shots anyway on goal for Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, if anything, I say Equatorial Guinea have been really poor in possession, constantly giving away the ball and presenting Ivory Coast with the opportunities. They had been the more dominant side in terms of on-ball possession, trying to make things happen, but it just hasn't come off for them enough. I mean, and it is kind of a against the run scoreline, but Equatorial Guinea will take it. And then Sui gets another goal at this tournament. Well deserved. It was a really good finish at that. But they do need to be better in the second half if they want to hold on to that score, because 61% pass accuracy is not good enough in a game like this, especially with the way that they're operating a lot of 1-2 touch football. They're trying to operate in tight areas and they're just constantly giving the ball away in the middle of the park, especially in that left-hand side or the right-hand side for Cote d'Ivoire. You cannot do that, because when you got guys like Diakite, Pepe running onwards, Fofana as well, making those late runs into the box, Kessie as well, they're gonna eventually find a goal, find a way to score a goal. And I think we will see that if they continue with that reckless ball progression.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's really interesting. And then saying you're missing out on bobolo. It's fermented cassava stepped in water, roots taken out, and the cassava grounded and wrapped tightly in macassar leaf. And then okay. Do you guys in Cameroon, do you eat aloko, mafe, or what's the other foods? I forgot the name of it. Aloko, mafe. There's something else, man. I don't know. Let me know if you eat those two though, because I've had those. I've had that before. That's like, it's kind of similar. I mean, aloko is just fried plantain, but that's what you call it, I think, in that part of the world. And mafe is like peanut stew. But yeah.
We're about to kick off for the second half here.
We got Marcy says, DUBOTV can show in Nigeria game, but not the Cote d'Ivoire game. Both games are being shown, I think, on Sky in the UK, as far as I know. I mean, it would be silly if they didn't, but yeah, I don't know. I can check though.
We have kicked off for the second half here. Cote d'Ivoire just trying to build up early on, and this is a big second half for the future of their status in this tournament.
Our second half is about to begin shortly. Second half.
Not on by Sangare towards the area. It's just cleared away once more. Ivory Coast starting strong, ball into the box, and Dika. Oh, what a miss! What a miss by Sangare at the back post.
Ooh.
The first effort was actually with a single who won the knock on it. Goes now out to the left-hand side. Good cross into the box. And as it travels across, oh my goodness, what an opportunity it was for Sangare. He just smashes that over the bar. A signal of intent so far.
Carlos Gomez going off as a halftime. Francolinho and then Zeno Gano coming off.
It's a corner kick. Nicola Pepe about to deliver in one by Diakite. Drizzy saying how many chances will Ivory Coast miss? Man, oh man, they may rue all of these missed chances. And then as well, a reply to your comment earlier, bro.
Yeah. Like I know a loco is fried plantain, so obviously everyone calls it different ways in their part of the world. And yeah, Mafe is the peanut butter soup. Yeah, so yeah. Yep. Big up Manj as well in here. Hope you're good, bro. Here's Victor Osimhen. He gives it away. And he wins it back. Bro, my stream is gone. Ooh.
Hey.
No, it's back. Offside.
Just looking back at that shot from Sangare, it was an awkward angle, but there is a slight feeling that he can do much better with that play of his quality. Ooh. Look like a high boot on Kessie, and now he's still down. And referee stops the game, but I don't think it was for Kessie. It's somebody else that's down now in the Equatorial Guinea shirt. Kessie's back on his feet.
That's a good ball. Oh, Chukwueze was able to bring it down, but he wins the ball back. Here's Victor Osimhen. Chukwueze, good ball to Moses Simon. He's in. Oh, good save by Mendes. Wow. Good goalkeeping by Mendes. Just grabbing the ball from the feet of Moses Simon, who was basically in. I think it was a poor touch from the Chukwueze pass as he was trying to get out of his feet, but maybe the touch was just a bit too heavy and gave Mendes a slight opportunity to just get to the ground and grab the ball away from him. It's a big opportunity for Nigeria, which they waste. And here come Guinea-Bissau. It's a poor ball there. It's Francolinho was trying to run inside. Francolinho playing as a striker, but with a number 3 on his back. I think we all know where he's been inspired by, or who he's been inspired by to do that. Asamoah Gyan for Ghana, also wearing the number 3 for his country.
You can see with Drizzy's comment, Emilio and Sway winning a free kick off Willy Body. As Salvador was down a few minutes ago, and even Federico Bicoro. Every chance they have, they're trying to go down, win free kicks, and slow down the pace of this game.
Oof. Nice ball there. Oh, Chukwueze! Ooh, just winning the ball back in the box. Edgar Eye just trying to clear the ball, and he gets blocked by Chukwueze, and the ball nearly fell in his path. But the keeper comes out, Mendes, to just gather the small mistake by Edgar Eye for Guinea-Bissau. Dalcio Gomez. There's Mendes. Here's Chami. 19 years old.
Oh, gets past his defender. A chance to get the ball in the box. And he does. Punched away momentarily by the goalkeeper. And a poor strike.
Oh, free kick. So a little bit late there on Yeka with the yellow card. And Yeke on Yeke has been booked. Nito Gomez was just tackled from behind by Frank Onyeka as he was making the pass. It was a poor pass anyway, so it's a bit of luck for Guinea-Bissau to get a free kick out of a poor pass. Nigeria with this 1-0 lead is not safe at all. They don't want to draw this game, and little mistakes like this could potentially be some punishment for them if this ball is right. Here's Carlos Gomez with the free kick. Oh, what a waste. It's audacious. It's audacious. Sorry, that was Kazera. It's just audacious. Trying to catch the keeper on Wally off guard by going at the near post instead of swinging it into the area where all the defenders have gotten up to try and head the ball. I'm not saying that Nigeria missed earlier on, yep, and it was good keeping by Mendes.
Coco just had a long range free kick that was saved by Fofana. It was a strange save, but it was effective nonetheless. Long range, the strike straight on at goal, straight at the goalkeeper, and he's able to save it. What seems like his midsection.
So long throw all the way to Victor Osimhen by Ola Aina. He's in the box, tries to get the ball across to Chukwueze, but the ball wasn't good enough in my opinion. Yeah.
Big up Saguarin. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a blessed day and enjoying the game so far. It looks like Miranda's getting carried off with a stretcher off the pitch. So we may have our first substitution very soon. And here comes Ivory Coast. Now Fofana. Nice ball out to Diakite. Drives inside, turns back inside the box. Now cross! Fofana wins the header. And it just comes at him too soon to be able to redirect it into the back of the net and on target. Goal kick. Boy, Drizzy, if you're way ahead of me, bruh, I don't know what's going on. What am I paying for here, bruh?
I'm gonna get the IPTV soon, man.
Yeah, man.
So
Matt,
I can watch whatever. If I can get myself some super sport, I can be watching all the different tournaments, you know.
it's true, you know. Yannick Uyala coming on now for Equatorial Guinea. I guess he's replacing the injured Miranda, who got carried off by a stretch, another 17 for Equatorial Guinea. Warren is saying, watching Ivory Coast, Karim Konate to come on and score. Was a little bull on that Forest FM save. Let's see what happens. They need a goal, Ivory Coast. Some will say they need 2 goals. But right
now, Semi Ajayi, you know, kind of getting harassed by I believe it was Quizera and his Quizera. Oh, it's a foul by Guinea-Bissau on Nigeria as they're trying to win the ball back. But Quizera just you know, harassing Semi Ajayi, forces him into a mistake as he passed the ball back to Mbali, and it was nearly Guinea-Bissau in.
Oh, he's in! Good save by the goalkeeper. Kwame denied by a winner. And he loses possession. Salvador wins a free kick. Big chance again for Ivory Coast. Good work by Diakite on the right-hand side. Finds Fofana. The ball bounces up on his boot. It's not a great touch. But as it was attempted to be cleared away, it went through on goal towards Kwame. He tries to take it with his left foot straight at the goalkeeper. And once again, Equatorial Guinea survive.
That's a good ball. Olaina. Is it play on? Yeah, play on. Yep. There's Olaina with the crosses to the box. Osimhen! Oof. Just a bit wide there. Another header for Victor Osimhen. And just wide. Yep. Everyone's going to be ahead of me when I'm watching, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Diakite. Oh, and this great defending. Excellent defending once again. This time around by Federico Bicoro. Just seeing out the ball. Using his strength to hold off Diakite.
Here's Francolinho now for Guinea-Bissau. He's got a bit of space. He stops. Lays it off to Quizera. Here's Dalcio Gomez. And Wabali saves down low to his right. And like Moss says here, Guinea-Bissau with a chance here. Dalcio Gomez with the shot low to the keeper's left. Or to his left, keeper's right.
Drizzy feeling that Ivory Coast might get a red card with the level of play acting from Equatorial Guinea here, and they are definitely getting the whistle from the referee. So if that continues, the later the game goes, we're just a minute away from the 60th now, so something needs to happen and soon. And also saying how many chances the Cote d'Ivoire need. How many? Need to throw the kitchen sink early. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I do need them to lose. However, if they win, it doesn't really matter for Ghana if they win because they'll have 6 points, so they're already going to be through as second place. As but because of the way it stands right now, I need them to lose as far as they can go. A draw is like Higgy Haga, like you don't know, bro, like because how many points they got, like I mean, how many goals they've scored? It would be what
2 and then one conceded, so their goal difference currently is 0. But now that they conceded 2,
so it becomes interesting when the goal difference comes into play. It's Calvin Bassey bulldozes his way, passes it to Osimhen. He comes inside. He decides to pass. Calvin Bassey, no penalty. very patient by Nigeria there in terms of the play. Osimhen being unselfish once again, giving the ball back to Calvin Bassey. He gets past his mark. Osimhen, and he scores!
Oh.
Has it been scored? Are they going to give it? And it looks like there's going to be VAR check. There's going to be a VAR check. Wow. Is it going to be offside? The Guinea-Bissau players are asking for a handball as well in the build-up. And the ref is being consulted in VAR. So let's have a look. Osimhen, he's in the offside position. And probably... Is that there was the Calvin Bassey foul. Okay, so no contact on Calvin Bassey, and it's the goal is disallowed for offside.
Nicola Pepe, shot over the bar, picks up the ball after Diakite was on the ground and tries that trademark left-footed swinger. It's Kwame on the ground, just retrieves the ball, and it's a poor strike.
Offside. Hassan, yep, it's offside. Big up to yourself, Hassan. Thank you for coming through, my bro, all the way out in Los Angeles. Oof. The pressure is telling now for Guinea-Bissau. The ball keeps coming back. It's Semi Ajayi. And it's a foul by Quizera on Semi Ajayi. There's a handballing by Osimhen. That's why the goal's been disallowed. Yeah, no, it's a handball that they were checking for to disallow the goal, and that's why they disallowed it. Free kick for Nigeria. Moses Simon will take it. It's going to be an outswinger. Moses Simon with the ball comes to the box, and the ball comes off of Onyeka's foot.
Diakite into a dangerous area. Good clearance by Koku. On the kick, Cote d'Ivoire.
Moses Simon. Joe Rebo. It's Calvin Bassey. Here's Olaina. Here's Aribo in the box. Can he get the cross in?
In this game, we got Jeremy Boga, Jean-Philippe Classo, and Konate coming on for Ivory Coast. A triple substitution for Conan, who's the first player who exits the pitch. You got Chris Kwame coming off the pitch, and he's very disappointed as he exits the pitch for Jean-Philippe Classo. Not too sure about the third player who came off. We'll find out in a second.
Mendes with the punch. Here's Dalcio Gomez trying to get it back to Francolinho, and he loses out. Ola Aina out to Moses Simon. Is he gonna cut inside? He does. Passes the ball, lays it off to Alex Iwobi. Had a chance there. I will be coming on for Joe Rebo earlier, and obviously Franco Yeka.
Nice ball. Here's Crasso! 1-1! The substitute, Jean-Philippe Crasso, scores his second goal of Afcon 23, sorry. And it's a big goal for the host nation. And you can see how important that is. All the substitutes running over to Crasso and celebrating. Drizzy saying it might be offside. We will wait for that VAR check, but for now, it is 1-1. We're looking at the replay. Fofana, lovely reverse pass into Crasso, and he looks offside.
Ooh.
He does look offside.
I need that. Make sure it's offside. I need that.
A few players offside for Cote d'Ivoire, and it looks like Jean-Philippe Crasso may be one of them.
I need that, because if they win, yeah, it becomes even more sticky because Equatorial it's offside.
It is offside
because Equatorial Guinea have 4 points. Do you know what I mean? So they're already automatically in that third place playoff thing.
Wow.
Mendes and Ola Aina squaring up against each other in between the lineswoman.
So Miranda from the bench celebrating like it's been a goal. The other player who came off was Nicolas Pepe. So Nicolas Pepe, Christian Kwame, and Conan coming off for Karim Konate, Jean-Philippe Crasso, and Jeremy Boga.
But wait, was that not a free kick to Guinea-Bissau? Because that was handball by Ola Aina, unless it was called for a push. Interesting. But in that game there between Cote d'Ivoire and Equatorial Guinea, let the score stay the same. I do not want to be doing calculators at the end of tonight. Please send them home. It's Osimhen. Good play there. Oniyika. And Samuel. It will be in the middle of midfield. Ooh, rolls his foot over the ball. To Calvin Bassey. Back to Iwobi. Here's Ola Aina. Calvin Bassey. Omuro.
Here is Fofana. Seko Fofana going past players, playing it into the dangerous Diakito, tries to play it across. The cross is blocked. He gets it back though. 2 defenders to take on. He goes on the outside, cleared away for a throw-in.
This is a turbo about to jump onto the pitch. Quizera coming off. He's been bright in pockets. Famana Quizera. We're approaching the last 20 minutes of this game plus added time. And it's still 1-0. It's not safe for Nigeria at all. One chance could turn this game on its head. Here's Francolinho now, trying to hold the ball up. He loses out on Yudika. does well to win the ball back for Nigeria. Here's Iwobi now with a bit of space. And Moses Simon. Mendes, good defending by Mendes there. Matching the run of Moses Simon.
Oh, handball, free kick to Equatorial Guinea. Handball on Willy Body, a free kick outside of the box. He's not happy about it. There was an opportunity to play in Emilio Nsue, but you can see Willy Body just puts down that left hand and he knows what he's doing there.
Oh, I know with a shot. Sorry, bro.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Well, I was done. Drizzy saying dagger free kicking coming here. Willy Body's been booked.
Guinea-Bissau free kick. Mendes to Edgar Aye. Here's Bikal to Sangate.
Ref blows the whistle. Pablo Gane. Oh, it's two! It's two! Equatorial Guinea! Two! Pablo Gane with the goal! Exceptional strike! And Cote d'Ivoire, the hosts, are in big trouble in Group A.
That's what I want. That is what I want. Equatorial Guinea were quarterfinalists last time out. Let's not forget.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I want. I want because because of the way the games have shaped up and the groups have shaped up. Anything beyond a win for Ivory Coast, they're in trouble now. Losing this game 2-0 at home. Whew.
Hey, so as it stands now, it will be Equatorial Guinea top on 7 points. Nigeria leading also, so they'll be on 7 points in second. And Ivory Coast in third on 3 points, and now they're on -1 goal difference.
Oof. And all it takes is for a Ghana win, an Egypt win, and then all of a sudden you're getting pushed out of that picture.
You can see the hometown fans, they are shell-shocked. Simon Adingra looks like he will be entering the pitch possibly very soon.
Oh! Okay, it's a foul. Mendes and Oshiman clash on that free kick.
Everyone reacting to the gold tournament favorites. They said,
boy,
that bench is dejected.
The lack of experience is telling here for Ivory Coast. Gone with a lot more of a younger team. Don't get me wrong, they have experienced players in the likes of people like Willy Bolly, Pepe, Sangare, Kessie.
Oh, a lot of space. Opportunity. It should be free. Nsue. It is 3-0. Emilio Nsue kills the game and kills Ivory Coast. Crying. Tears on the bench. 3-0. Game over.
Hey, why does CM get all the good games?
Oh my goodness. It was a break. I believe it was Buyila that was on the break with Nsue. And it had to be the square to his star striker. The man who just can't stop scoring in the tournament. Let's see how this is from a kickoff. My goodness. So from Kessie plays it forward. They win back the ball, and then from there, it's a ball that just takes out most of the midfield from Ivory Coast. And it's Pepin who plays it to Nsue. And it's a wonderful finish. No chance for Fofana. Curls it near post. And the game is beyond doubt.
Look, you see, look, this is a remarkable achievement, right? Equatorial Guinea to qualify as group winners potentially. Well, yes, they are going to be group winners now based on the goal difference, regardless of whatever Nigeria will have to score another 3 goals to end up on top of the group, with +5 goal difference if they don't concede. But what an amazing achievement in a group with, you know, would say giants of African football, Nigeria and Ivory Coast. To top them is an amazing achievement. But I'm happy because it means that Ivory Coast won't be in the mix at all for this 3rd place, I don't think, because the goal difference keeps worsening now, -2.
Yep. My goodness. Ivory Coast getting this opportunity for Cote d'Ivoire out for a goal kick this time around. Shout out to Hano. Hope you're doing well. Saying Ivory Coast getting smashed. The man Kushner coming through saying Roland just wants to watch a good game. Man like Rich.
Hey. I did say one of those 2 teams are finishing 3rd.
You did say it. Yes, you did on the preview.
I said that, but I didn't expect it to be this way. Hey, 3.
Yeah, we're in trouble. They're in trouble. But it's good for Ghana, though.
It is, because now, obviously, just win and it's almost guaranteed.
Basically. That's it.
Yo, their goal difference is gone as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Goal difference, -2. So that's what I'm saying. It helps.
Hey, you can hear them doing the racket behind me. I'll catch you in an hour.
All right,
oh my goodness. Nsue and Salvador coming off now for Equatorial Guinea. They feel like they have the game secured, and I feel like this game is secured now. Ivory Coast, how is this happening? They had another opportunity. Fofana from long range. Wide of the goal. Ivory Coast pack. Pepe better retire, saying Drizzy Zaha is somewhere laughing. Oh boy. Well, you know what? Jean-Louis Gasset may regret that decision to omit him from the squad.
They're probably going to sack him, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah. They're probably going to sack him because losing that game, like losing control of this group as well. Like, I mean, that Nigeria game, it was a fatal mistake by Gasset. He should never have switched from the way they were playing.
Oh yeah,
should have never switched. Should have went to the 3 at the back.
And it's Willie Body has lost his head, and he almost gave away another opportunity.
It's cost them this tournament essentially by going with the 3 at the back, and then, you know, finding themselves down late in the game against Nigeria, and then switching it. And also, I think, you know, putting too much pressure on Ndika and Diamande. Willie Bolly should have probably played. I think even Eric Bailly would. You're not that old, Eric Bailly. He could have gotten an opportunity. Yeah. I know he's had some troubles with his time at Turkey. You know, I guess being banished from the Besiktas squad. I don't know if it was him.
Yeah, he was one of the guys, and then recently he's gone back to Villarreal, I believe now.
Yes, yeah. So his contract was terminated from Besiktas. Yeah, he's gone back to Villarreal. Oh, what a chance for Victor Osimhen with a header, and he misses his 3rd opportunity of the game. Great cross by Ola Aina, and he heads it past the post. Victor Osimhen. But yeah, for real. You know, having some experience at the back would have helped both of them in their first major tournament, the 2 of them. The fact that, you know, that wasn't there, that presence wasn't there, has meant that they are now, you know, going to be potentially heading home
Yeah.
Well, I say heading home. I mean, out of the tournament because they're already home.
And I was saying 8 goals in 3 games for Equatorial Guinea. It's been stunning, their execution in front of goal in this group stage, quite frankly. As you say, 22nd of January 2024 will forever be the day, the Black Day of Ivory Coast football. Shout out to W4 in the cup. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time.
I told you, man. If Big F
Big F. Hey, listen.
If Big F can take Equatorial Guinea to the finals, bruv, we have to respect him, bruv. Ahead of Mo Salah, bro. In African football, you have to.
Hey, don't forget about our guy Bebe as well, man.
Yeah.
This is legacy for Bebe as well.
Ferguson's gonna be like ticking off. Yeah, I knew he was gonna be that guy.
And then said we sacked our coach for coming third. These men are gonna sack their coach for coming third in the group. Hey,
he's gonna get sacked though. I like with some of the problems, the fact that Zaha didn't make this tournament. You know, some of the mistakes he's made, he doesn't survive, especially if you go home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Especially if you get knocked out.
Havana puts it back and it's saved. Still can't get in the back of the net. Massive opportunity again for Cote d'Ivoire. And Equatorial Guinea survive. And now they're coming on a counter-attack. They're taking it a little slow to get up the pitch. And I think they'll slow it down now. They're satisfied with that 3-goal cushion. And they'll build it up.
Oh, it was an opportunity for Guinea-Bissau from the free kick. Kande with the free kick. It bounces right in front of Mwabali. And he's able to just guide it round the post for a corner to Guinea-Bissau. Oh, another opportunity for Guinea-Bissau at the front post. The header by Nito Gomez goes right past the near post. It's an opportunity again for Guinea-Bissau. They're pressing. I think it comes off his shoulder even. This is a big moment here. Here's Moses Simon trying to get some space off for the shot. Here's Sanusi. Oh, it's in. Oh, that's an opportunity. Oh! Oh, it's offside. It's offside. It was an opportunity for Moses Simon. He had the ball in the center of the box. He takes a shot. The ball gets away from him into the path of Osimhen, but offside as he takes the shot, and it's blocked by Mendes. What a passage of play there. Nine minutes to go here.
Boy, interesting stat that I just found. So,
Ivory Coast. Face off goal! Oh, it's offside. It's offside. Francolinho has strayed offside, and everyone's incensed, including the Guinea-Bissau coach. Let's have a look. He's onside. I swear. Before the ball's played, is he onside?
He's a Gradle who's come off the bench and his shot goes wide. Wow. And just in that break, yeah, interesting stat. The Ivory Coast have hosted Afcon once before in 1984, and in that year, they also got eliminated in the group stages.
That's Sanusi! And the flag stays down. I thought it was offside, but it's 2-0. Wait. It looks like it's going to be a VAR check. It's offside. It's offside. Yeah, but are they gonna flag offside for Lookman, who kind of ran ahead even though the ball broke to Osimhen, and he makes the pass to Sanusi. Well, he takes the shot and then the ball parried into the path of Sanusi. Sanusi. Okay, it's offside. It's offside. I need a Guinea-Bissau equalizer just to spice it up, man. Just to spice it up.
Listen, yeah, the first 2 games of the day have been beautiful. Beautiful.
My stream has stopped, man. Let's see what we can do. All right, we're back. Here's it will be.
Oh,
I'm telling you, can't catch a break. Too many offside. Just so many offside goals. Fanatic, the Nigerian goal will not count either. Nigeria goal. Emile Sue is already a greater player for his nation than Mo Salah. Hey, it's crazy. My streams have gone crazy. Yeah. Nah, the stream has gone down.
hey.
No.
Hey, the boy.
Hey, no, they want to be. All right, let's see.
You see, Alpha coming away for Equatorial Guinea, and might be an opportunity to break a few players up there for support. He takes the strike. Oh my goodness, it's 4 for Equatorial Guinea. Good night, Yannick Boudia. Yannick Boudia with a goal.
Wow.
Wow.
Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
And yeah, it's embarrassing for the home nation, Cote d'Ivoire. They are ending the group stages in utter embarrassment. They were trying to get forward time and time again, still couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. And instead, this time around, Equatorial Guinea once again on the break, a dejected Cote d'Ivoire bench, a dejected fan base in the stands, a dejected Didier Drogba. Solomon Kalou also there, watching on. Wow. Afcon really be humbling big teams. The last time it was Ghana, today Ivory Coast. My goodness.
He'll be Ghana again tonight. Oh no, you're telling me.
You never know.
We're going home. It's a free kick now for Guinea-Bissau.
Equatorial Guinea are now 1 goal away, as were South Africa, from equaling the record in terms of a distance between goals scored at Afcon, which is 5 goals.
Dalcio Gomez coming off, Samedo coming on.
Fofana trying to play it through, not enough space. Tangade playing it through to Gradel and challenged again. Oh man, they are getting cooked today.
I love it.
It's not good. It's not good at all. This is Cote d'Ivoire's goal today, bro. Just getting smoked left, right, and centre on the counter attack. Hannah asking, who do I support, man? You know what? Yeah, I didn't really go into this tournament supporting anybody. You know, I'm more of a neutral this time around. Enjoying the football, enjoying the many teams that have taken it to some of the bigger opposition. That's been probably the most eye-opening thing this tournament, this whole group stage. Seeing how teams have taken it, the likes of Equatorial Guinea, taking it to Ivory Coast today. And they're getting results at that. They're not just taking it to them and losing games. Some have, but some have also won games and have pulled off shocks. The likes of Cape Verde in Group B as well.
Ivory toast. Ivory Coast go abuse Pepe today. Negative whistle, you'll go through. 5 minutes of added time. We're into that now. Still 1-0 Nigeria. The Sangate own goal is what keeps them in the lead. They should have called Eric Bailly. I'm telling you, Eric Bailly, the fact that he missed out on this squad is very important. Drogba is crying.
You see what you have done. You see what you have done. Because he's been on the edge of his seat this entire game. Missed chances.
It's crazy how they've played in this game.
My goodness. It's a result that you can't believe, but just with the way this tournament has gone so far, you have to believe it. Nobody is safe. My goodness. Karim Kanate, left-footed strike, wild, far away from the goal. Might have hit the Ghanaian bus trying to get into the stadium for latest game.
The thing about it is, yeah, with this result for Ivory Coast, it does give a lifeline to the likes of Ghana, Egypt, Nigeria, Tunisia, Cameroon. It gives them all hope now to get in as one of the third place teams, because if you're conceding 4 in your final game with only 3 points, it's not looking good. So now they're -3, I think, in goal difference. And over the bar. We're approaching the final 2 minutes of the game. Oof, off the top of the crossbar. Ola Aina coming off, putting a shift. Ola Aina is coming off for Awaziem. Hey, Drizzy, are you sure that Ghana will beat Mozambique? Like, we don't know. And you want us to score? We need to score a lot of goals without conceding, bro. Like, have we looked like we without Kudus in the team?
It was almost 5.
Horrible.
It was almost 5. Playing right through the defense at this point.
I ain't gonna lie, Calvin Bassey's I reckon he's man of the match here, for Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been so solid at the back. He's been he's been brave, stepping forward, trying to contribute in the attack from defense, he's put in a proper man's performance for his country today. And I think this is going to be one that's going to endear him with a lot of Nigerian supporters across the world because
wow. The Ivory Coast fans are booing. They are booing.
They're going to do more than that, boy. They're going to start crashing the stadium soon. Stand on the pitch. They're not going to stand for that.
Maybe one more opportunity to get a goal. Goes down, no penalty. There wasn't even an appeal.
We are full time in this game.
We should be close to full time here, bro. We're in the 7th minute of the 7th added on, and it is full time. Equatorial Guinea stormed the pitch to celebrate what a stunning group stage it has been. Another victory, and a big one at that to end. Group A to end their group stage in Afcon 2023, a 4-0 victory against the hosts, no less. Cote d'Ivoire end the group stages in tears, utter disappointment after a promising 2-0 victory against Guinea-Bissau on match day 1. They haven't been able to replicate the success. A very questionable change of tactics by Jean-Louis Gasset against Nigeria, which ends up giving them a 1-0 defeat. And now this defeat, 4-0, which will hit heavy on the goal difference. They will be one of the 3rd place teams, but just looking at their goal difference, it won't be promising to see them go through to the next round. We'll have to see what happens in the next games tonight, of course, and in the coming days. But my goodness, what a humbling defeat. What an embarrassing defeat for the home nation. Many players on the ground right now in tears. Simon Odinkler, who's had minimal involvement in this tournament, in tears on the pitch right now. Many people will be in tears in the stands as well. My goodness. Karim Konate has to get helped up by the opposition, Seko Fofana, as well. It's good sportsmanship by Equatorial Guinea, but that's not going to save Ivory Coast from the pain, from the heartache that they will suffer from this moment for many, many years to come. Boy, bro, how we feeling?
I mean, it's good for Ghana. There's one more incentive to be able to make sure that they win tonight and win with a very good defensive performance as well, and keep a clean sheet if they can. They haven't been able to, and I don't feel like they will. If they do, it will be the start of something, but we'll see. Jizzy saying how many players will retire for Ivory Coast. I'm worried for their mental health. Boy, I mean, they're gonna have to keep going. At the end of the day, it's a youngish team now. They're gonna have to get over this. And this was always going to be a difficult tournament for a young team that, I mean, I thought that they was going to be able to rise to the occasion. You're at home. It's your opportunity to perform for your country, for a lot of them first ever major tournament. And the fact that they've gone out here, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised. Equatorial Guinea, this is largely the same team as was there 2 years ago. They've come back this year. And, after being quarterfinalists in the last tournament, they're going to be very confident about seeing if they can reach another quarterfinal, depending on their pathway to it. So we'll see what happens. But it's a great performance for Equatorial Guinea. And to be able to come through this group top, I mean, it's one of those those things is for their country's dream. It'll be a dream for them, and they've done it once again. So they've qualified. So it's really good. Moss saying that Nigeria win and Cote d'Ivoire embarrassed. Big up Isaac saying that it should have been 5-0 for Equatorial Guinea. Ivory Coast manager needs to feel shame. He's going to be, I think he'll be sacked by the end of this, because some of the problems within the squad is also a part of his doing as well. Big up Kendo as well. They're in contention as it stands, Ivory Coast. But I think with the goal difference being -3 and them only having 3 points, if Egypt, Ghana win today, if Zambia win as well in their final game, then all of a sudden everything kind of just changes.
I think it's tough, bro, because when you look at all of the teams that are in contention, so you have the top 4 who will go through, and then the 2 that are below, which currently are Cameroon and Tunisia. Cameroon have the worst goal difference of all of them, which is -2, and Cote d'Ivoire had -3. So, of course, we'll have to see how the later games go. Of course, Cameroon playing tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a tough task to get through via the 3rd place, but you never know what happens. Oh man, listen. Hey, Nigeria, there will be more opportunities for Osimhen to step up in the knockouts.
We said this last time. They won 2 games out of 3, I think, in the group stages. And then as soon as they got into the last 16 out by Tunisia, I think this time they'll do better. I think they've got a lot more attacking options, which, I don't think that, and I think there's a bit of flexibility. There's a bit of depth in their team as well. So when things aren't going well, they've got enough to be able to make changes and get themselves back into games or get themselves ahead in games. So it's going to be a lot more interesting when they take their place in the last 16, which I think will be taken for them. Will be on Saturday, I'm sure. I think they'll have the one of the games on Saturday, but we'll see how it all comes. Between 7-1 Brazil and 4-0 Ivory Coast, which was worse? Brazil, 100%. Brazil, it has to be. The manner of that defeat. I mean, I didn't watch this game, watch that game, but the Brazil one I was watching, the manner of that defeat, where there was so much optimism that they were going to get to the final in their home World Cup, and them to get battered the way they did, that's probably worse.
The way the goals just kept on going in that game, the tears, everything, that was just.
We have memes. We have memes
because
of that. Like because of it. Like it's marked in history. It's marked in history. But okay, cool. So we're gonna get out of here, man. Look, the next game is coming in just under 50 minutes. We already know who's watching what games. Me and Rich are watching the Ghana game. CM's going to be watching the game between Egypt and Cape Verde. So we'll see what happens in that. Big up to everybody who's been watching, both on Eagle Eye Extra and on Pros Only Sports. Big up yourself. We'll be back in about 50 minutes time. Big up to CM as well. Back in here as well. We're going to be back soon, people. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit the like button on both of those channels. Hit the subscribe button as well on both of those channels. And hit the notification bell. All that stuff right there. Peace.